Welcome to 40 Foot Foo. My name is Oscar. This is Mimi.
That's correct. We're here every Tuesday to give you fitness tips and advice on how you can stay healthy and moving well into your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond. So you can continue to do what you love, like Kung Fu or Tai Chi or fitness.
Exactly, and we want to continue doing this even if we are stuck at home, which you should do because it's the right thing to do.
Especially if you're stuck at home.
Right. There's a couple of different avenues that people are taking. They're either taking this time at home and going, oh my gosh, I'm training and I'm going to work out more than ever. But that will eventually kind of wane back to normal. And then you have and then you've got the other end of the spectrum is like, I'm not doing anything. And of course, obviously we have people in the middle. But I find myself, and I know that you do as well, doing a lot more work on our computers because we're doing our online classes now.
Yes.
And we're just constantly checking on things and it's all on our computers. Is that the case for you?
Yeah, there's been a lot of logistical things to do in terms of keeping our strivers and our Wall warriors happy. So we have been really trying to put a lot of effort in making the schedule really cool and providing these amazing online classes. So it has been a lot of let me step away from the computer now because it's really, really late at night and I shouldn't be working now. It should be over. So because we host the class via the computer, it's like you're still there in that station and it makes you kind of want to stay there, which is not such a good thing. And then, you know, I especially always kind of get that tenseness, especially in our neck and our shoulders. So we thought it'd be a good idea to talk about this.
Yeah, so let's just go right into what you can do to give yourself a little bit of relief in this area here. Okay, first of all is we do hold a lot of stress on our face and then it kind of causes tension here, shoulders raised, all this is kind of jammed up. So the first thing you probably want to do is, like Mimi said, step away from the computer. You don't need to be married to it. It's okay, it's going to still be there. So step away from the computer, stand up. Next thing is something that we talk about a lot, which is big breaths.
Lots of previous episodes on this, guys.
Yes.
Go to our YouTube channel.
And we've been doing some meditation as well. And a great cue that I recently heard was try to take any expression out of your face. So even this is going to stress my face out a little bit. Even though it made me laugh, I feel good. We want to try to get the stress, any kind of tension here out of the face.
You want the muscles to relax.
You want the muscles to relax. Right. The next step is how can we make the back of the neck long? So we want to create a little bit of space here. So one of the things that we do here, and we've done it plenty of times, is think of pointing that chin up to the ceiling, finding the bony part at the back of your head, and pulling up and back. And what ends up happening is your head is then sitting the way it needs to be. So that's the setup position. If you're finding that you have a ton of tension, don't go right into big neck circles. Let's break that down. So the first thing you do, you're standing nice and tall. You can either open up your hands, you can make fists, drive your shoulder blades down, right? So whatever allows you to do that. Then just bring your chin down and up. And I'll show you from this angle here. And one of the ways that we want to add the breath here is by exhaling down, inhaling up. So that's the up and down motion. We also want to add side to side without rotating the body. So we just look over the shoulder and look over the shoulder. And then ear to shoulder. So ear goes to one shoulder. You want to try not to meet by bringing the shoulder up. You want to keep the shoulder down. And then opposite side. Okay, so that kind of breaks it down, and then we can add our full joint circle. But the cool thing is that when you're moving up and down, side to side, ear to shoulder, is that is your assessment tool. So if you know, like I know my right side is tense, I don't know about you, where's yours?
All of it.
All of that. So, but for me, it's my right side. So when I turn here, I feel a big stretch here. This gets very tight. You might even be able to visually see that. When I come here, I feel a stretch, but it's not as intense on this side. So one thing you can do is you can actually take your hand and your fingers and just give yourself a little bit of self-release there by just kind of rubbing the neck. One thing that I really like to do is I find my spine, I take my two fingers and I push in and just move a little side to side. And I trace that up the neck, down the neck, and towards the front. But anyway, that's one thing that you can do. And now we're gonna add our full neck circle. So again, back nice and tall, chin comes down to your chest, across the collarbone, over the shoulder, ear to shoulder, all the way around. And then retrace back to your starting position. Let's go in the opposite direction. Your chin comes down, over the collarbone, over the shoulder, and with control. And you know what? Actually, that second time around was even better. So just like anything else, the more you do this, the better you will be. Remember, when it comes to joint circles, pain-free, full range of motion. Pain-free, pain-free.
All right, so pretty much how often should we be doing this?
It depends, right? Like, I find myself, like I said, spending a lot more time on my computer. So you can do it anytime. You can do it, sprinkle it throughout the day. You can do it 1,000,000 times.
Okay, let us know if you do it 1,000,000 times,
That'd be
because we
amazing.
were just like, wow, okay. Right, so it's definitely a good exercise to do because you can do it sitting, you can do it standing, but it's probably best if you get up, get out of the chair, you know, and that way you're kind of in the moment as well. So one of the other things we want to just quickly remind people is that take that time away from whatever it is you're hyper-focused on, whether it's the news, or your work, or whatever's bringing kind of your energy down or stress. Kind of get out of the room. Just literally get out of the room, kind of remove yourself, because that'll also help you get in the right mindset to do some of these exercises and breathing. So I think that's all we have for you
That's
today.
it. That's all I got.
That's it. All right, next circles, everybody. See you next week.